It's almost time to say farewell to my Mini Cooper. 3 years I've had this. Let's go over a few key features that I've learnt over 3 years of owning this Mini Cooper. But let's do it on the road. First vehicle I ever owned was a Mini. I absolutely loved that car, absolutely loved it. It was tiny though, we're going back to 1998. I had a Mini back then, first ever car, my nan bought me it. Absolutely loved that car. It weren't that reliable, it weren't that big, it weren't that practical. Just me and the wife in it at the time. But needs must. 20 years later, almost, I bought this model in 2015. We went back to the Mini Cooper. This is the first car and the only car we've bought brand new. 16,700 this cost, if anyone was interested. We spec'd it out because when you buy a brand new car you can change your bits. We've never had a brand new car. You can pick your colour, you can pick your finish, you can pick all the business. Over 3 years later, again, it's turned out it's not that practical with families growing and all stuff like that. So we're getting a bigger car, and unfortunately this has got to go. I've probably got this for another couple of weeks. So I thought I'd just go through very quickly a few features I've noticed in 3 years of owning a Mini Cooper. What I've noticed, the good and the bad that I've noticed. One of the pluses though is it drives and it handles the road like a champion. The handling on a Mini Cooper is unbelievable. It sticks to the road. You can go round roundabouts, you can do lefts, you can do rights, you can go over little crests and chicanes like a champion, like you're driving a Formula 1 car. It sticks to the road. It's quite nippy as well. It's quite nippy for a small car because it is a small car. Engine size 1.6, I think. 1.5. I can't remember what the engine size is. We'll put some of the specs up on screen. Reversing is easy. Going forward and turning is easy. It's a nice car. It's a nice car. It's a nice, comfortable car to drive. It's not that big, no. It's not that big. I am about 5'10". That's quite a nice head space for me. That's quite a nice head space. The passenger seat seems a lot lower down, so that's quite good. If it's just two people in this car, that's quite good. In the back, that's a tight squeeze. In the back, you got two small children. You're going to be fine. You're not going to have an hassle. It's a bit of an hassle with the old the seat, getting them in and out and stuff, because it's not that much of a big gap. I know they do Minis now with 4 doors at the back, 5 doors I think it's called, with little doors at the back. That would have been a lot more practical for me, to be honest. So yeah, the back's a bit of a squeeze. I've had 2 adults in the back, 2 big adults in the back, and they do fit in. It's an uncomfortable journey, but they do fit in. So you are going to get 4 in, just about. But I think this car was designed basically for the driver and for the passenger. They ain't really worried about anyone else. The seats in the back are optional extras. Everything for the driver is perfect in place. You've got everything. Everything's easy to use basically on all this. All the buttons are reachable. I do like the Jetfighter style switches and dimmers and all this sort of stuff. The on-off buttons all right. I like that. The start engine stop button. That's all good. Everything works. The heater. It's not the hottest car. When you've got the heater full blast, we put the heater on full blast. You're not getting much heat. It's going to keep you a little bit warm in the winter, but it's not the hottest of cars. Air conditioned as well. The way the vents and everything are laid out, it don't cool you down that much. It has got air conditioning, but the vents, they're not good enough, I don't believe. The vent at the front's only small. I'll show you all this in a minute, but the vents at the front's only small. It just don't get you ice cold, and it don't get you nice and toasty. That's probably to do with the layout of the vents. The system that's on it, it's easy to use. You've got DAB radio. Everything's easy to use. On that, it's got some fun little things, like it's got a green mode, it's got a sport mode. The sport mode does stiffen up the steering wheel. See, I'm moving that now. If I put that into sport mode, there's a noticeable stiffness. You notice that. You notice the stiffness. And we got green mode, and we got it saves a bit of fuel, I guess. It just seems to not make it rev up as fast. I have no issues. It's had an MOT, it passed first time, and a 3-year MOT thing passed first time. It does get through the front tyres very quick, but that could just be me, to be honest. That could be the way I drive it, but I've got through what, in 3 years? We're talking a new set of tyres, probably a year. I'm probably on my 3rd set of front tyres. The back tyres, no, never been changed. And looking at the front ones now, when I had the MOT, he did say they're advisory for the front tyres again, so it would have been that was probably the 4th set it would have been, but that could literally say like the way I drive. I don't know. I'm not the fastest of drivers, but I do like nipping round the corners. Boot in the back. We're going to have a look at the boot space. We're going to have a look at the engine. If you want to look at that, the boot space is tiny. You're fitting 3 carrier bags in that if you're lucky. Like I say, upgrading, because it's not practical now for daily use. Let's have a look around the car. And there's the engine purring away. So here's your boot space. Really is not that practical. That's I was doing some stuff, but we won't worry about all that. That's a standard size cushion. That's the size. So you know, a cushion on your chair at home. That's it. Look at that. Not much space in there at all. You would fit 3 or 4 bags, but these all fold down. These all fold down nicely. So does this one. This bit can be removed. So there it is. My Mini Cooper, 3 years old. Time for it to go. It'd be sad watching that go. Let's have one more drive. Maybe in a few more years' time I'll get another Mini. Because it was the first car I ever owned, I do have a fondness for a Mini. When the kids are moved out, it's just me and the wife, retired, somewhere down by the coast. Yeah, we get another one.